These are just some examples of cybersecurity breaches and their consequence. It's on the ICO website and it's something which you can have a look at, and I would encourage you to do so. We've got a list of breaches that happened and what happened as a result of those breaches and the steps that were taken. Many of these examples are very familiar occurrence in businesses, and some of them have ended up paying a fine for it. So I would encourage you to have a look at some of those recorded breaches. I'll just go through some of them, and I will leave it on the screen for you to have a read and just to understand what the issue was. The first one was a failure to redact personal data. So basically, there was paperwork, a data controller sent paperwork to a child's birth parents without redacting the adoptive parent's name and address. And after discovering the breach, the data controller did not inform the adoptive parent. So I'll leave it on the screen just for you to have a quick read through it and see what the problem was and what happened, what should have happened. Another example is where an email has been a file has been emailed in error. This what happened was a debt insolvency agent emailed a vulnerable new client's detail or file in error to a colleague in a different department. The colleague who received the file immediately deleted the email and informed the sender of the error. I'll leave this on the screen for a few seconds just for you to have a quick read through and see why it was a problem and what did the controller do. And another example is something which we've talked about earlier, is a phishing attack. So a law firm employee failed to recognize a phishing attack. They received an email, click on the link to download the documents, and that then inadvertently entered login credentials into what they believe was a legitimate website. So a while later, the employee contacted the company's IT department as they noticed they were no longer receiving email. Again, if you have a quick read through it, it will tell you why it was a problem and also what did the controller do.